Laying low, no place to go. Sunlight dances through the window. Lazy haze filled up the room. Got no plans, just me and you. Time slows down.
Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. My name is Raina. I'm a registered nurse, homeschooling mom of 2, and a Tennessee real estate agent as well. And this channel is all about what I eat and why I eat high-fat, meat-heavy keto, aka Ketovore. I have been eating this way for going on 4 years now, and I have seen countless health benefits, from getting rid of my chronic acne. Even as an adult, it was really bad. I got rid of my chronic intermittent bleeding dandruff. I got rid of my iron deficiency anemia. I had already been warned by my doctor that I was going to need iron transfusions if I didn't change something. They'd never told me to eat red meat, but something, I was supposed to change something. And I also got rid of my pre-baby weight and then some. In fact, since eating this way, despite my really big appetite, I have kept very little bloat, no bloat at all, and no inflammation when I'm eating the right foods. It's when I start sneaking in processed carbohydrates that I can see the effects, right? My face starts breaking out again. I start getting bloated again. So that's why I'm passionate about this way of eating. I will never stop spreading the word about this way of eating. And so that's why I'm excited to share ideas with you guys. My goal with this video is hopefully to provide some value to those of you already eating a low carb way of eating, providing you with some meal ideas and some variety that you can potentially add to your meal rotations, but also hopefully to motivate some people who have been maybe considering eating this way, or incorporating more low carb meals into your diet. Hopefully giving you that little push that you need to try it, right? It's an experiment. We all need to do our own very personal experiment, because what works for one may not work for the other. And I think that's what, this health journey should be about, is about learning about yourself and what your body tolerates and what it does the best with. After 4 years, I think I've pretty much nailed down the things that I absolutely thrive with and the things that I tolerate, but I probably shouldn't have on a regular basis. In this video is a compilation of a lot of things that I thrive with and I do really well with, but you'll notice that I also add in a couple of dessert items, or like little snack things that I most definitely cannot have on a regular basis. I just wanted to add them in to show you guys just a very realistic, right, week or 7 days of what I eat. This is by no means a consecutive week, by the way. There was definitely lots of burgers in between these days because that's just simple and easy. But I made a compilation of more diverse meals, things that just have more variety, because I wanted to just give you more ideas. Just not the boring old burgers and steaks. With all that said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let's get started.
I start off every single day with electrolytes. Usually I mix 2 different flavors of the Redmond's Realite. I'll do half a scoop of the unflavored and half a scoop of any other flavor, just so that it's not so sweet. Sometimes I'll do a small glass of water with my electrolytes just because I'm not super thirsty in the mornings, but sometimes I'll have a full glass with ice and some cold San Pellegrino. I sip on my electrolytes while I make breakfast, and then I make my coffee. On the first day, I made regular Honduran coffee in my coffee maker, and I added about a tablespoon of butter and some heavy cream. I had scrambled huevos con chorizo, which is just eggs with spicy pork sausage and a couple different pieces of sausage and a slice of queso fresco. For dinner, I made my favorite, which is beef tongue. I cut up each beef tongue into about 3 or 4 smaller pieces. This was, I believe, 2 beef tongues. I place it into a large pot of water, add salt, half an onion, and 2 bay leaves. I boil it for 2.5 to 3 hours, then peel the skin off, chop it up into smaller pieces, and add salsa verde. This one from the store is pretty good, or you don't have to add anything at all. If I don't add salsa verde, I just add a little bit of lime and salt and eat it right out of a bowl. The next day, I decided to have iced coffee, and I just had that with half and half, no sweetener needed. For breakfast, I had about 3 or 4 scrambled eggs topped with grilled onions, sausage, avocado, and bacon. We've had some really cold days here in Tennessee, so for dinner I decided to make chicken soup. I just added these 2 pounds of chicken thighs to a large pot of water. Again, added salt, onion, bay leaf. That seems to be my go-to. I let it boil for about 2 hours until the chicken was tender, and then I added zucchini and a couple of diced tomatoes. And when I served it, I added avocado. This was delicious and warm and fatty because of the chicken skins, which was perfect for the wintertime. For dessert, I had one of these Unreal peanut butter cups and a tangerine LaCroix. These Unreal peanut butter cups are really close to the real thing, and they're perfect to kick a craving or give you more cravings, depending on how you look at it. The next day for breakfast, I had 3 scrambled eggs with sausage and onions and topped with cheddar cheese. Dinner was a delicious ribeye with some jalapeno deviled eggs on the side. For the deviled eggs, I just added about 7 cooked egg yolks, half a cup of mayo, and about a teaspoon of Dijon mustard. I mixed it all up and added about 2 chopped up jalapenos, squeezed the filling into the cooked egg whites, and they're freaking delicious. This is by far my favorite way to make deviled eggs. And speaking of eggs, for dessert I made a delicious sweetened egg pudding. It is absolutely not my recipe, but I'm going to link the recipe down below. It's very easy, just a few simple ingredients. You can sweeten it if you want to, but you don't have to. I, of course, did because I'm a sweets addict, and I also added some whipped cream. 10 out of 10, recommend. The next day, I was in the mood for cueritos, which is what we call cured pork rinds in vinegar and some spices. They are a Mexican delicacy, and I didn't realize this, but they are actually very close to a 1-to-1 fat to protein ratio with, of course, 0 carb. Let me know in the comments if you've tried these before. I added some cueritos to my breakfast plate, which was scrambled eggs with ham, onions, and I'm pretty sure that's asparagus as well. I don't know, my husband cooked for me. Some sausage, and as you can see, an iced coffee as well. Later, I snacked on some more pork rinds, and for dinner, I made my own pork panko. I dipped tilapia in an egg bath, then covered it really well with the pork panko. I seasoned it with salt, pepper, and garlic powder, and then dropped it into some hot olive oil. I cooked it until lightly brown on both sides, and voila! This is one of my favorite meals, and it's super easy, and everybody in the house eats it. The next day, I had an iced coffee with lactose-free milk, double espresso, and I think I added a sugar-free syrup. Breakfast was scrambled eggs with ham, topped with cheddar and a side of bacon. Per usual, I drenched it in my favorite 0-carb hot sauce. In fact, later that day, I had a snack, which was cueritos in a bowl. I added lime juice and a bunch of this hot sauce. For dinner, I made a cheeseburger casserole. It's yet another super simple and delicious recipe that is guaranteed to be eaten by the whole family. I'll make sure to leave my recipe down below. The next morning, I woke up hungry, so I made me a hot coffee with butter, monk fruit, and heavy cream. To eat, I had 4 scrambled eggs topped with cheddar, sausage, and grilled onions. For dinner, we had some delicious pork rind carnitas nachos. I just bought the pre-cooked carnitas from Costco, heated it up, and added grilled onions to it, and added the toppings. For dessert, I had a couple of these dangerously delicious chocolate chip cookies. Y'all, this is what I'm talking about, that I can very easily get addicted to. On this day, I stopped myself at 2, but I'd be lying if I said I've never sat down on the couch with the bag and just mindlessly threw cookies into my mouth. By now, you guys know exactly what I had for breakfast. It just never gets old. I could eat this every single day, and I pretty much do. After breakfast, I had one of these cinnamon egg life wraps. I just put it on a skillet with a little bit of butter, added some cream cheese, monk fruit, and cinnamon. It was delicious. It's the perfect low-carb dessert or even breakfast, and I sat down and had that with the rest of my coffee. For dinner, I made spare pork ribs, and all I do is season them with some butt rub and wrap them up in foil, put them in my oven at 350 for about 3 hours, and then I add some sugar-free barbecue sauce and put them back in for about 10 minutes just so the barbecue sauce will stick. I had that with a broccoli, bacon, and egg salad on the side and some electrolytes.
Laying low, no place to go. Sunlight dances through the window. Lazy haze filled up the room. Got no plans.